Yahoo and welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Mara and today I have another review for you guys because I would like to talk about the Korean drama Full House, which is from 2004. So we are going back in time a little bit and I hope that is interesting for you guys. If it is, please continue watching. Well, like I said, guys, today we are going back in time to the year 2004, where Korean dramas were it. Due to a friendship with a half Korean, half German girl, I got introduced to a bunch of Korean dramas and also Korean music, K-pop and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about BTS and that new type of stuff. Hey Army, I'm talking about the old school stuff. For example, Rain, or Seven, or Epic High, or Drunken Tiger, or Nell as well. Also SG Wannabe. And that was the type of stuff that I listened to. You youngsters probably don't know about those bands and artists. So please keep enjoying your BTS and I don't know what else, Blackpink and stuff like that. But back in the day, like I said, Rain was one of the most popular artists, I would say. And he was in several dramas. Full House, like I said, was one of the dramas that he was in. And I, like I said, watched several dramas back then, Korean dramas, also Japanese dramas. And my favorite was definitely I'm Sorry, I Love You, with Seo Ji-sub, I think he's pronounced. And also, like I said, Full House and A Love to Kill, which is also with Rain, and I definitely enjoyed those dramas. I do have to say, you have a chance, if you live in Germany or if you use a VPN, to actually watch Full House on Netflix right now. And that is also why I decided to re-watch Full House and, watch it again with a different mindset as a grown-up, as an adult, with my own experiences that I've lived through so far. I was a teenager, maybe beginning of my 20s when I watched Full House. So bear in mind that my opinion from back then was a little bit different than it was now. If you've never watched old Korean dramas, then you probably don't know that back in the day they kept on playing the same songs over and over again. Of course, the theme song as well as the other songs from the soundtrack, they played it with vocals and also the instrumental version. And it was such a good marketing tactic, I would say, because you definitely were not able to get these songs out of your head and you wanted to listen to the soundtrack over and over again and of course buy it. And watching this drama now, again, almost 20 years later, I have to say it was definitely so nostalgic for me because, like I said, I watched it back in the day when I was, a teenager, and back in the day you didn't really care for the fashion, but watching it again now is a little bit different because, let's be real, the clothes back in the day were kind of weird sometimes. I don't know why we wore those types of clothes, but that is the reality we did, and it was kind of, funny to see that again. It was also very interesting to me to rewatch this drama now after such a long time because, like I said, back then I was much younger than I am now, and I kind of remember how I felt when I watched this drama. It was kind of cute to me how the characters behaved with each other and kind of, how the story evolved. But I have to say, watching it again now, it is kind of problematic. And I will get into why it is so problematic. First of all, we had one character that I didn't like at all back in the day and also 20 years later, I don't like her. Her name is Hye-Won. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. She is just so full of herself. She is so ignorant to other people's feelings, and she's just such a princess, you know. She just has to snap with a finger and everybody comes running, and it's just so annoying to me. I don't like people like that, and if things don't go their way, they just get upset and they start whining like a baby. It's just, you know, so problematic to me. So I didn't like her back then. I don't like her now. That is all I'm going to say about her. Another character that I was not that fond of back in the day and also now is the other male character whose name I totally, you know, forgot, even though I recently watched the drama again. He is some kind of, you know, friend to the main character that is played by Rain, and Rain's character is called Eun-jeong, and he is also very problematic, I have to say. And he is that problematic because he is kind of led by his ego, and he can't really accept that such a cool guy like him developed feelings for a quirky, you know, nerdy kind of girl. She doesn't come from a rich family or anything like that, and he can't accept that he has feelings for her. Because of that, he treats her like trash. Watching it now, it is even more irking to me. He yells at her, he kind of, you know, teases her, he calls her names, he calls her chicken, which is supposed to tell her that that he thinks that she is dumb, that she's stupid and not very smart. He calls her a rice cooker because she's supposed to clean and cook for him all the time. And on top of that, like I said, he yells at her. And it is just so weird for me to watch because that is not the way to treat people. Definitely not to treat a woman. I don't know what they were thinking, you know, back in the day. I don't know if K-dramas, you know, grew since then and developed a more realistic and, you know, healthy character behavior. So I don't know really about that because I don't really watch Korean dramas, the new ones, so I can't tell you much about that. But I definitely want to get into watching dramas again, K-dramas and of course Japanese dramas. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. But back to the story, like I said, also Eun-jeong is quite, you know, ignorant to his behavior. And I also have to say, which I forgot, that this drama is a one-season drama with 16 episodes, and each episode is around an hour long, I would say. Some are a little bit less, some are a little bit longer, but in general they are about an hour long. And I also realized that, I didn't realize it back then, you know. I saw definitely that it is going back and forth, and at some point you think, oh, okay, they're going to get together, and then, you know, it switches and they are fighting again, and then you think, oh, okay, they're not getting together, and it's kind of, you know, exciting to see that. But watching it again now, I have to say, I never really realized how long we had to wait for the happy end, because this is a drama with a happy end. And like I said, I didn't really realize how long it took. From those 16 episodes, we definitely have to wait 15 and a half episodes to actually see them get together for real and seeing this whole happy end. And I have to say, after watching 16 episodes, that was not enough for me. We get about a couple of scenes, more like a montage, and one longer scene, which is probably about 10 to 15 minutes, that shows them interacting with friends, having them over, grilling and stuff like that, barbecuing and stuff like that. But that is all that we are getting, you know, and it is just so disappointing. It was so disappointing to me rewatching it, because that is not enough, you know. And of course, back in the day and even now, I shed some tears throughout the episodes and throughout the story, and I was quite invested with the two characters. But I also have to say that being older and wiser now and watching the drama again with a different perspective, I also learned a lot. Like I said in a different video, I kind of grew up with the mindset that you should treat people the way that you want to be treated as well. And Eun-jeong definitely didn't do that because he was just being a dick, and he was kind of behaving like a little boy, like a little brat, and I didn't really like it rewatching it now. And like I said, the behavior between them when they get together is quite cute, but before that it was also, I would even go as far as saying that it was quite abusive, and I didn't really like that. So watching it again now, I have to say that it is not my favorite drama. It is kind of funny and quirky, which I still love and remember from back in the day as well. But yeah, the whole, abuse, not physically, but emotional abuse, it is not really it, But if you don't know much about, the old Korean dramas, maybe it is a drama that you would like to give a try. It is on Netflix Germany right now, so if you do have a VPN or you live in Germany, you can definitely watch it. For today, I would say that is it. That was my little recap and my little review of the K-drama Full House. Tell me, have you watched Full House, back in the day? Are you kind of my age? If you are younger, please let me know if you watched it now on Netflix and what you thought about it. I would recommend you guys to watch it. You can definitely learn from it, and I mean in the sense of how not to treat people. And for today, guys, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. I will definitely make more videos in regards to K-dramas and Japanese dramas as well. If you have any recommendations in that sense, things that you would like me to talk about, then leave this in the comments below as well. And I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay real, keep it real, and bye bye.